celebrating women in sound system. We're live from New Broadcasting House. Are you ready?
Ayata, your daughter, from Venturian border, a come.
So here we are, live on BBC Radio 6 Music, soundtracking your Saturday afternoon as we like to do every single week. And every now and again we put our heads together and create you a special piece of radio where we get to deep dive into a topic that has inspired us. I was actually trying to think of the origins of this show. Why did we want to do a Women in Sound System special? I definitely think my ears had perked up when I came across Rankin Ann. I was new to Rankin Ann last year. Loved that EP and it made me think about women that were toasting in the 80s. Actually recently read a book called Manny and the Baby and it speaks about Black British culture from 1930. So maybe I've just been thinking about forgotten stories, and as has producer Silas. So we decided to put together this show. It's just been Notting Hill Carnival as well as many other carnivals up and down the UK as well. So I think it's the perfect weekend in the aftermath to share the stories of influential women who are a massive part of sound system culture. We'll hear stories from pioneers such as Linett Kamala, one of the first women to play at Notting Hill Carnival. Rusty Rebel, credited as the first female sound system owner. You lot loved Dubplate Power in our reggae reissue special. Well, she's jumping in the weekend warm-up mix, strictly vinyl business. And we are intergenerational on this show. It's very important to us. So who are the women that are making raves in the culture right now and taking the baton and running with it? So meet Ella D and Dana DS, part of Killerwatt Soundsystem, working with their father. Honeydrip out of Montreal, building her own sound system as we speak. We'll go to Leeds and meet Lioness Power. Sisters in Dub from Coventry will be joining us. and Black Obsidian Soundsystem. It's going to be an absolutely stacked show.
Jamz Supernova.
Music.
Black woman, ooh, black woman, like me you've struggled long. You've trod one of life's roughest road, in with the heaviest load. To be someone to belong, but you're nearing your mile and a half furlong. Don't give up now, just pray for strength now, for you I dedicate my song. La da 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 da. We are the safe ones in the plantation, flashes to us king. On auction blocks we were chained and cold, band of merchandise. Carnally abused when warned we were refused, enthroned in the garbage bins. But no need for that now, free yourself of that now, and help me sing my song. La da 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 da. but like Mary and like Joseph, the mother of Moses too, overcame man's evil devices. I dedicate my song for you. La da 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 da. Black woman, black woman, you know you've struggled long. I feel your afflictions. For you I dedicate my song.
Speak to us of black awareness. Speak clearly. Speak loudly. The beautiful black rose stood tall, radiant, confident in all her purity, modesty, beauty, and envy rose. Yet she stood there, harmless. But at last the wicked one won. She was attacked, deflowered, ravished. Her petals of purity, modesty, beauty were torn from her, flung to the ground, trampled by envious swines. She's bare, trembling, ashamed, crying, screaming.
Women in Soundsystem special on Radio 6 Music. Me, Jamz Supernova.
She had been fooled.
Feel free to share and big up any women in your area that contributed to the Soundsystem culture. 03700 100 600. Could be DJs, record shop owners, organisers, community leaders. Today's the day that we big them up and shine a light on them. Music-wise, what have we played? I played you some Margarita Marford with the Scartalites, known for her early contributions to the Jamaican music industry. Some Hortense Ellis, and this one from Judy Mowat. I went on a really fun wormhole into women in reggae. That was my brief for the music that I was going to play, because I think you'd have to hear the women in reggae to want to know that you want to be in sound systems, right? And there are so many women that have been in reggae from the beginning. So it's nice to zone in and focus on them.
Return.
So now you're going to meet
Return, daughters of creation.
Ella D and Dana DS of Killerwatt Soundsystem.
Next time you decide to cut a record, you see, just remember, everything has to pass through me. I make the hits, not the public. I tell the DJs what to play, you see. Play back that tape, for me, sir.
Hi Jamz, it's Dana DS.
GBS Rough Cut.
And Ella D
From Killerwatt Soundsystem.
Yes, we are here alongside our father, helping managing Killerwatt Soundsystem. We've been in training for years, so it's only right that we step up and help out where we can. Our dad has trained us and advises us on the do's and don'ts, and is a really good mentor. And we like being within the sound system culture, and we're happy to be here. It's a great opportunity, to be honest.
Yeah. Ella's the oldest daughter. Obviously, I'm the youngest. Being the youngest, growing up in the sound system arena, it's been really interesting through the years growing up and getting clued up on all the things to do with Notting Hill Carnival and how important it is, especially for the community and for London as a whole.
And the heritage and the history behind.
As we said before, we're still working with our dad, so the baton surely will be passed, but at the moment it's still
a coexisting space.
Yeah, between all of us, and we're just enjoying that. So the people can find us at killerwattsound.co.uk and on Instagram kilowatt_, and on TikTok Kilowatt Sound. We are here online for everyone to see. Thank you, Jamz, for having us on. It's been a pleasure. Shout to Ella D and Dana DS of Killerwatt Soundsystem. I actually met them, one of them, back in April in a Peckham nightclub. And they're telling me about how they were, intergenerationally working with their father on the Killerwatt Soundsystem. On the Sunday, Deviation collaborates with the Benji B's brand and the label Judah. Definitely an iconic place to go at Notting Hill Carnival. So this one's from Karen Mark, but I was really drawn into the producer, Sonia Pottinger. Now, Sonia was the first female Jamaican record producer from the mid-1960s. Prolific, worked with the likes of Marcia Griffiths, Culture U-Roy, Big Youth, and many, many, many women. There's actually a compilation, it's called Love and Harmony, High Note Sisters, 1973 to 1980, and a majority of the songs, I think pretty much all of them, are Sonia Pottinger productions. So I want to hail up Sonia Pottinger. All right, let's head over to Birmingham and meet Rusty Rebel.
Greetings, Jamz. This is Rusty Rutical Rebel representing a Rebel Rock Sound System. Rebel Rock Sound was started 2014 and launched in 2015 as a roots and culture sound system. Rebel Rock was the name of one of my favourite rhythms, Jean Ronda, Rebel Woman, if you recall. And that was the name that I gave to the sound. I just thought it was appropriate, it really was. I was asked the question, would I have a sound system? I thought, yes, I would. I've been playing music from my teens, so it was a natural extension and progression of the equipment used when I DJ. The vision was still to inspire people that would take the next steps in whatever you do, regardless of the outcome. So if you try, you can succeed. as the saying goes, every man does his thing a little way different. I needed to develop my own style and my way for me to be comfortable, to express myself, cutting through the helpful information along my journey to make things easier and find my space, which doesn't mean to me that it's not right. I am a woman and you are a woman. We have always done things different, so create what's your space, just like your home. For me, Rebel Rock will continue to spread the musical message of music, words, and wisdom. Never giving up or never giving in, that's my motto. Over the years, since Rebel Rock, I have seen and heard women building sound system and getting on with their thing. And I think that's absolutely great and marvellous because we need to get on with it, So long may this continue. This is for people who want to really do their thing and naturally. Sound system culture will live on and I will encourage it. But remember, if you want good, your nose has to run. So a patient man has to ride a donkey. So until we meet again, Rusty Rutical Rebel, peace, love and unity.
Watch this. Hear me now, me ball. Watch the Pepsi, I come a look out me, I come a lyrics, them a fire like a rapid. I go me, I don't know, watch the Pepsi, I come a look out me, I come a lyrics, them a fire like a rapid. I go because one thing, they pan the young Pepsi mind. Why the girl me dress so naked and them body a gold. Man, me I don't know one thing, the Pepsi happy talk say, put on some decent clothes and with the man them a feel say you woulda say oh fast them change them stories. Star class we as post star class we as ladies. You elder stars out there, I'm not talking. I'm talking to the juvenile who don't know nothing. You don't know to spell your name, but my name you is Charlie. Call you John, Anthony, and Colin. Men I mention the list because that will be another thing. Girl, all them want to do is left a body in your oven. When 9 months from him, no one hear nothing. Him get up and gone and left you with the burden. Me ball watch the Pepsi, I come and look out me, I come and lyrics them on fire like a rapid. I come here, I don't know watch the Pepsi, I come and look out me, I come and lyrics them on fire like a rapid. I come because things and time has changed. A bad mind I run the place. Man and man just a graduate to ya make a little razor. Took you with a knife, I want threaten your life. Who the hell you think it is we take our next man life? You not think about him mother, you not think about him what? You not think about the little picnic where they man a go live behind. No waste this time, a black man to get a wise. Stop the idiot trying to make we all unite. How we can live as one, we must stand strong. Should they come in half time, you know it won't be too long. Because watch the Pepsi, I come and look out me, I come and lyrics them on fire like a rapid. I don't know watch the Pepsi, I come and look out me, I come and lyrics them on fire like a rapid. I don't because you rock that you know me just can't done. And no shot, no a feeling. Put down your mark, no me say wicked DJ. I must say shot said me come. Your men I call no name, but certain girl days done. Man if you put them on a shelf, hand turn them round, and mass them out good because they me can put down certain girl. Them nowadays them should have shape to be a woman. Me and tell another truth, they make me shape to be one. Because watch the Pepsi I come and look out me I come and lyrics them on fire like a rapid. I got me and tell no watch the Pepsi I come and look out me I come and lyrics them on fire like a rapid. I gun digging up all the DJ with a good intention. You T General, you a Bantan. All like a no touch a love you a run a stocky Bantan. You a champion. Can't live out with virgin with them call Richard and too much name they call too much for mention. But I one thing me know me a big up all area man because watch the Pepsi I come and look out me I come and lyrics them on fire like a rapid. I go make her watch the Pepsi I come and look out me I come and lyrics them on fire like a rapid. I go make her one thing they pan the young Pepsi mind. Why the girl them a dress so naked and them body a go and mind me I tell you no one thing. The Pepsi happy talk say put on some decent clothes and here
7 women. Akabu, formed in 1981 and widely known as the first all-female reggae band. Worked closely with Adrian Sherwood, who wanted to kind of like, diversify on new sound and bring through more women, and Akabu being part of that. Jamz Supernova on 6. It's not just about what was happening in the UK. I want to know what's happening on a global level as well. So we're going to dip over to Montreal with Honeydrip, who is in the process right now of building a sound system.
Don't play it style. Well, me say, hey, sound girl over here. You can't test my sound girl over here. But bang, me say, hey, sound boy over here. You can't test my champion over here. So me see, a long time we a play sound, no boy can't this. Long time we a play sound, no girl can't this. Hey, sound girl over here. You can't test my sound girl over here. But bang, hey, sound boy over here. You can't test my sound girl. Alright then.
Hey Jamz, thanks for having me. This is Honeydrip. I am a bass music producer, DJ, and speaker builder based in Montreal, Canada. I have dedicated my practice to sound system culture and am finding ways to introduce new sounds by inspiring myself with dub, reggae, and dancehall. Sound systems are super important to me because it has birthed many parts of our current nightlife culture, and they are vital to community building and creating space. I started building a sound system not only to challenge myself, but to pay homage to the countercultural movement sound systems are a part of, pay homage to my Caribbean roots, and because I love bass and I love how it unifies us all. As a woman, I've experienced the classic discrimination you will find in all male-dominated fields. I've been also presented with a really steep learning curve, and having to develop a better digital literacy, aka digging through forums, where mostly it's a bunch of men arguing. Most of all, I had to learn to be patient because it's really a lifetime project for me, and I don't want to rush myself and just really enjoy the process. I'm thankful for the people around me that have been there to help me build them, lug them around, set them up, tune them, just around the whole process. I want to shout out other women that are representing sound system culture, such as Alana Stewart, Honeydrip Soundsystem in Australia, Bambi, Carolyn Cooper, and all of the women that were behind the scenes in Jamaica when it all began. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Honeydrip, giving us an insight into what they're up to right now, building a sound system and sharing the Jamaican culture in Montreal. Gonna get into some of your text messages. And we still got so much more in our Women in Sound System show to get into. You're going to meet Linett Kamala, a DJ, an artist, a cultural expert, an academic, a creator, an educator, and the founding director of Lincam Art, one of the first females to play in Notting Hill Carnival. And this year was her 39th year. Her own sound system, stepping out with Trojan 7 and Deep Medi. So that is up next. Don't forget, we have got Double 8 Pearl jumping in the weekend warm-up mix. And we're going to meet sound systems from Leeds, London and Coventry. Hello to Gully B. I was asking you to shout out sound systems and women in your area that brought the culture to you. He said Lucci Lou and Mitchie One, the original Rich Girls and sound system from West London. They were a favourite. That's from Gilly B. Tim in Sheffield said big up G Shakti, long-time Selectress. Oh, I like that, Selectress. And joint founder of Dub Central Sound System in Sheffield. And good afternoon to Bish as well, regular listener.
Good man is very hard to find. No, me finally come on, nobody try to touch mine. Some girl them nowadays them have a dirty habit. Say your mother live good and pan him them one pitch. You can't get them off enough. I itch them itch. Check it. Sure. Now seeking it should find out where the Bible tell me. Me and my mother come from far, long time. And I know bloody warrior queen, she a blower. No more hear them a talk about him so another. I lie them a tell it must be rumor. Cause nothing you can do to make me untrue to my man, to my man. And nothing you can say to make the world straight from my man, from my man. Check it, my man has some neat and cute and sweet and in the pet him no fit with him rock to the rhythm, him move to the beat, him dicky harder, dicky not it. Quarter the night it evident lead. Fear no style, no dread. Balance for me shoulder, balance for me head. Him walk me hard, he make me ball, he make me scream, he make me call, make me weak. And then it's all up. Can't get no sleep, me I feel answer to the wake up call. Say see for the find them boy him not bad man. Me man a strong man, say him no weak man. Me man was a Tarzan, now him a one burner. Me a the woman a the them a the bread earner. Me a him heartbeat, me a the apple I'm higher. Him never tell me lie, him never tell me some fight. He never beats me up, no he never kicks me down. Check it, my man answer man neat and cute and sweet and in a bed him no fit with him rock to the rhythm, him move to the beat, him dicky harder, dicky not dead. Quarter the night it evident lead. Fear no style, no dread. Balance for me shoulder, balance for me head. Him walk me hard, he make me ball, he make me scream, he make me call, him be weak. And then it's tall up. Can't get no sleep, me happy answer to the wake up call. Say see if I find that boy is mine, no girl, your man can't get the grind. Check it. No girl can't take the warrior man down, go like baboon. Your man get off me, man, a real like a bad bully. No, just like a tugger, watch him, I go all I'm pulling up. Can manage it, girl, me, I go drop for me. Watch out, no girl not take the warrior man like up. Shepherd, no tippy, squabs are ref out of water left. No way. Me man, you want girl, I aim you not go get her. Ambition, me up, girl, slap to me. Check it. My man answer man, neat and cute and sweet and in a bed, him no fit with him rock to the.
Send this one out to Ethan from Sheffield. Said big up Warrior Queen. This one was on Scream's debut album. It's called Check It. And Warrior Queen also closely worked with The Bug as well, some legendary songs from around 2009. So Carnival this year, Notting Hill Carnival specifically, had a profound effect on me. I don't know what was in the air this year, but it was special. So much joy, so much unity, so much togetherness. I was a bit naughty on the Monday. Didn't go home till 1 a.m. Don't ask me what I was doing. Mischief in the Tabernacle. Saw Diane Abbott in the Tabernacle. Yeah? I was like, hi. She was like, do you want a picture? I was like, no, I just want to say hi. But that was a great shout. Tabernacle is a real sort of like community spot near Power Square. And they have an after party till midnight. And it's my first time experiencing it. Had a great time. So we are celebrating women in sound system right here on the show. And up next, you're going to meet Linett Kamala, an absolute icon. One of the first women to play at Notting Hill Carnival. This year was her 39th carnival. She runs the Linett Kamala sound system, and she basically takes young people. They go on a year-long journey, like the road to carnival, learn how to make the sound systems, learn how to be selectors, and all the things that go with it. And then they get to be part of the actual carnival celebration. So we'll hear about that. And she just kind of gives us like the lowdown on what it's like for her journey, and for the women around her, shouting out some incredible women behind some of your favourite sound systems. And we'll hear that up next.
I make a large amount of rhymes up per day. And when I finish, go check the survey to see who's pumping. And I'm on top because when I start rapping, I rock non-stop, throwing death rhymes at you, solid as a statue. Days amazed, you will praise and be infatuated. Some hate it, but I don't care. It doesn't matter because you're looking at a queen, my dear.
Linett Kamala, welcome back to BBC Radio 6 Music. Thank you for being part of our Women in Sound System special. We were just saying off mic, I really enjoyed, the voice note that you left us for our Reggae Reissue show, and we just wanted to dig a little bit deeper because this again is an area of your expertise. This is something that you have lived, you have breathed, you have grown up with, and you're such a massive part of British sound system culture. But before we dive in, how was Carnival for you?
Notting Hill Carnival this year was my best ever, and it's been this was my 39th year.
Wow.
I am still on a high. Like, I'm processing what happened because 5 weeks prior, I didn't even know I got the green light that my sound system, and I could bring Trojan 7 there. And I say we, it was a team effort. It was just absolutely magical. People came through. We had no sponsor, no commercial partner, no marketing machine, literally, it was just putting word out there through our social media, like literally the day before as well, particularly that bit with Deep Medi Music going to be there, that record label, iconic.
Deep Medi Music, iconic, dubstep label. Again, Mala, very much part of the Black British story of the lineage of music and where it traces back and where it's heading in the future. And then your sound system, 5 weeks before, which is not unheard of. This can happen, right? Because it can.
There was people behind the scenes, women behind the scenes that held me, supported me, allies.
Yeah.
Men that helped me technically
to make it happen.
To make it all happen. Family, residents of Paris Square.
Wow.
We all did it. We all chipped in. My young DJs. This is the third year that I've been doing the Linett Kamala Soundsystem Futures program, which gives an opportunity for young people. And we're talking like age. The youngest one this year was 15 up to 30. As I said, that this year they really came up trumps. I was like, I don't want someone just turning up and DJing. How did you think that stack got there? So who's up for 5 a.m? And one of them, Rebel, she's like, Linett, I'm doing it. I'm coming, I'll meet you at the studio. I'm going to be there for 5 a.m. I picked her up at the bus stop at 5 a.m.
Wow, so you not only get the chance to play, which is obviously a lot of the glory, but you need to understand the context of the importance of the sound, the skill, the science.
The labour, not the labour, the physicality. And that's what I changed this year. So pretty much every single one of those DJs that was there, they contributed in some shape or form. They were putting up marquees. We broke down the system. We're putting away barriers. And as I said, I want to give a shout out to Eli as well, my assistant producer, who also was on the program. He didn't know. When he took on that job, he was hoping that it might be happening. We didn't know we were going to be doing Notting Hill Carnival. I was expecting to just spend this year at Judging Point and just watching the parade go by.
It makes me feel quite emotional, hearing and thinking about these people getting the opportunity and the chance to be a part of Carnival in that way, and it actually makes me kind of, as a reveller, we don't, when you go home, when it closes at, you leave, the tabernacle at midnight and you trundle home, you don't really think what's going to happen tomorrow, the next day, or that night, deep into that night. Tell me a little bit more about Linett Kamala Soundsystem Futures program, why you started it, and what you did to kind of get it off the ground, because I guess it's one thing to have an idea, but to actually, it's a long-term initiative, right?
Yeah, and I think like a lot of people, the COVID period was a moment of pause. A young person came into my email. It would be their dream. That was Kieran. He said, it'd be my dream to DJ out your sound. And we were losing a lot of people. I myself, as I mentioned in the other show, I inherited a record collection as a sound system person. Wayne, he'd passed, and again connected in my family. And I started to think, well, who is going to continue this legacy of sound system culture in the UK? We know how it started and was brought over here, in the late 1940s. But we're getting to the stage where people are passing, and I now blink, and I'm not that 15-year-old girl. I'm now the elder. I'm in my come up to my mid-50s. So having dedicated most of my life to education, and most young people that were around me would have known me as the head teacher or the executive director. They didn't know me as a sound system person. I thought, we need to educate, we need to do something. So Linett Kamala, that's my company. I set it up when I kind of moved away from running schools and setting up schools. And the whole point of it is to enrich life through festival and sound system culture. And I've been doing that through residencies, events, workshops, and programs. And so even though it's the most busiest time of the year for me, Carnival, I thought the 2 weeks before, let me put something together where young people will learn about the history. They'll get to meet some of the key figures. They understand some of the challenges that we have. If they're DJs, great, but most, you don't have to be, because of course that's not going to get a sound system on the road, a DJ, probably the last person. And hopefully some of them might want to continue this. They're going to see how tough it is, but I would hope that some of them understand it's a we and not an I situation.
BBC Jamz Supernova on BBC Radio's Music.
I know, as I said, it's not for everyone. Some people, I get it in today's society. The DJ part has been elevated out of sound system, as has the MC. And I'm using different terminology because the DJ used to be called the selector and so on. But I think for your listeners, I'm talking about the person who'd be on the mic. They've more progressed into their own solo careers, as have DJs who turn up at venues, festivals. I had no idea in 1985 that DJing could be a thing, a career. So I've revisited it and it did change me. It completely boosted my confidence. It made me more connected with people. It made me more feeling a part of my culture. And the thing about the Soundsystem Futures program, if you have a passion, as I said, I'm of Jamaican heritage, but I know in the United Kingdom, we're not a growing demographic and we're very integrated as a community and as a people. So Soundsystem, I think the appeal is, and what I've seen over the years that I've been observing, particularly at Notting Hill Carnival, it's becoming very global. And so the group of young people that we're working with, they're from all different backgrounds, all different heritage, but they all have this passion. And I think that's what the important thing is.
Well, in comes the musical thing, and love is all I bring. Come on, pray me with lyrical sling like King David. And rhythm like this, we not play with. Lord. A long time on a DJ in a dance. A long time on a chant in a dance. Me come for nice up the area. Me come for nice up Jamaica. But watch a dread. Dance off sell off. Dance off to cock. Liquor sell off. Georgie wine sell off.
Tanya, her face, because she had a beautiful sort of reggae selection and music that sometimes you just wouldn't necessarily hear on a sound system at Carnival. And then her face it was her face when she came off actually, and her friends just circled her and just cuddled her, and it was just so beautiful.
From the sun shung up me and forget admission. One condition me and have ambition. Forget bigger than Catholic and Anglican. Wrap up and promise so me drop a one song. I tell sit me say it's not no one ton. In a dirty Babylon me a fist and strong. Sperline and me sit before me slap it pan pam. Satisfaction she get a lot of that from King Kabak. And me said this and no chat is action. A long time on a DJ in a dance. A long time on a DJ rubber dog. Me come for nice up the area. Oh Lord. Me come for nice up Jamaica. But watch a dread. Dance off the cock. Dance off sell off. Liquor sell off. Georgie wine sell off. People really see it and have to laugh. What's them a laugh? Promoter and his hygiene have to laugh. Oh them laugh. Cha la 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 la. Cha la 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 la. Oh Lord, have mercy.
It's called the Notting Hill Carnival. It's born out of a racist murder. It's the people, the community coming together in unison saying, no, we're not going to have that. And we're also going to be celebrating our culture authentically. And if you want to be involved, then that's great. But this is how we're doing it. Don't tell us how we're going to be doing this or where we're going to be doing this. And I love that. And I think that's the message that we tell the next generation, you fight for this gem of a community spirit. Every carnival's unique. And we have others, of course, in the UK, as I've mentioned before. We have Leeds going on. We've got Crowley Road coming up soon. We've got lots of other carnivals. But this particular one is born out of that. And because of the way it came to being, it's a real testament to, I think, the best of humanity.
In this time, I tell you, them put on the nine and live righteous. More peace, more life. You know me, I say, we don't want no war tonight, and we don't want no fuss and no fight. Put on the guns and make we all unite, and make we live right in the Almighty sight. And we don't want no fuss and no fight.
After 37 years, I left my sound and I had this vision of bringing this a new, it's not new, it's but actually giving that space in Soundsystem. We needed that. And so people were literally saying, thank you, my goodness, I never thought I'd hear this. And then when they realized that the songs that they adore, hang on a minute, is that them? Are they playing their songs? People were just so thrilled and we were all delighted. So yeah, it was very, very special. And I think they called it Dubstep Corner now. I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't know, because I don't know. I can't guarantee, it's the nature of Carnival, but we definitely made history. That was the real special. Anyone who was there on Paris Square on Monday, the 26th of August, 2024, you witnessed Soundsystem Carnival history for sure.
And the history was led, by a woman. And that is kind of what we're focusing on in this show. And I want to talk about your sound system journey and being the first, woman to play on a sound system. When you looked around at that time, was it noticeable that you were the only woman? Did you know that day you stepped on that moment that you were making history?
I didn't. And I was a girl as well. So it was, I didn't. I was just focusing on just making sure I was entertaining the crowd. And I know I'd worked hard and I prepared and I got my music together and my records. I'd been saving up. I was buying this out of my own money. I was working in a bakery on the Saturdays, and that's where my salary was going on records. I think I could just about see over the counter in some of those. So I had my records and I remember the crowd. I've never forgotten that because yes, we were small. There was me and there was my friend who's also a girl, my bestie at the time, and she was passing me my records. And then we had Scratch Professor, who's Omar's younger brother. So he was about, I think, 13 or something as well. So there was these three children, and it was Children's Day after all. And they were like, it was a novelty. So suddenly there was all these people coming forward. And there was no stage. We were on the same level, on the street level with the people. And it's this pre-digital age, so not many people had cameras. So I do remember those. It was the type of cameras where you would take your pictures, you get them developed. A week later, you'd hope something would show up. So I just remember all these people at the front, and I thought, okay, And then I played my music, which was sort of like electro. So one of the tracks that I played was called "The Word" by the Junkyard Band. It starts off with this kind of introduction with someone, and it's an American track, and there's this young voice saying, it's about talking about politics actually. So I had a message in my music. Even then, when I look back, I think, yeah, you were 15, and even then you're looking to educate people through your music. And then the bass just drops. It's like, whoa, like earthquake shaking. And I just remember the reaction of the crowd's like, what?
Yeah, man, my sister couldn't even get no student loan.
And my grandmother couldn't even get her food stamps, man, dang.
Well, that's the word these days.
Yeah, I was able to start dropping certain tunes, and that music was called go-go music, and then I went into like electro with them as well. It's all pre what's now called hip-hop, but it wasn't called that back then. I had 3 turntables. I was moving between them, so they loved all that. And then I took the mic because I could see I was getting a real like rapport with them, and I bravely took the mic. And looking back then, actually, like, I know my voice used to be deep as a schoolgirl, and I used to get teased by that. And it was really interesting that it worked on the street when it was amplified. People loved it, and I felt for once, instead of being almost like bullied at school for my voice, it was now very powerful. And hundreds and hundreds, like, it was hundreds of people. I mean, maybe it was thousands of people on the street at that point were doing what I was saying, like, make some noise. They always he's from London, he's from, and that's it.
Fast forward a little bit to you leaving the sound system that you were part of, and then kind of going out on your own and setting up your own sound system, and what went into that, like, you know, on a technical level, on a sound level. What did you want to represent on an ethos level?
It probably, for me, as I said, it really dawned on me that maybe I was still being viewed as the girl amongst the people in the sound system. And when I stepped up during COVID to manage the sound, I think I'd done a brilliant job. You know, that was the year that I think I really pushed the boundaries with how we were going to be presented as sound systems during the COVID live streams. You know, putting the t-shirts on, repping, all these things wasn't quite like that before. And now the sound system's all like standard. Everyone has their t-shirts and things. I just thought, well, why is it a challenge for people I've grown up with, me now taking the lead? And for lots of different reasons, I decided, okay, now was the time to step away. But also, I really wanted to focus on the wider picture with all the other sound systems, and I'm really passionate about the education side and the legacy side. Now, I didn't know what was going to happen. It was a hard decision in that respect, in that I'm walking away from, like, you know, one of the biggest sound systems at the event, and didn't have anywhere else to go, so to speak. But I think the conscious part of sound system culture is what I wanted to really return to. Don't get me wrong, there's a place for fun and energy and all of that, I get it. But I really think sometimes we need to listen again at what we're getting en masse, thousands of us to sing to. And I think because of my own personal experiences of, well, you know, growing up, the things that I've witnessed, for some people it's just lyrics. Well, for me it was reality, and it wasn't fun, and it's not funny. And I wanted to just bring a deeper, more meditative kind of level and vibes in with your frequencies that we were listening to and how that can uplift us and really help us. It's a journey, but I've had some support and I've had setbacks, and I want to make it clear as well that it's not just like men that have been the ones. I'm going to put it out that yes, there have been other females in sound system culture as well who have sometimes not been supportive, and that almost hurts double. But this weekend was beautiful because the people who came to see it meant so much. Had Tracy from Jar Observer. Their sound, the solution sound at carnivals now. So there's a guy, Mark, who inherited that spot. But the family come, Tracy and her, they come every year from Jamaica. She came to visit. As I said, we had Steph C, who is just been, I've just uncovered this phenomenal woman behind dubstep. Rachel, the woman behind supporting Channel 1, came. I could go on, like I was just surrounded. The Trojan Soundsystem, we have Lizzie. Now that's the name that people might not know about. Lizzie, who's Lizzie? Well, people might remember a sound system called CMC at Notting Hill Carnival, and it got it known for jungle. It was the biggest. That was Lizzie. They're now Trojan 7. She's been lifting boxes, and on Monday night when everyone was gone and we're packing everything down and it's nearly midnight, Lizzie, who's now, I mean, I hope she won't mind me saying, I'm sure she won't, she's in her early 60s. Those big subs on those wheels, loading into the van with Waxhead Cecil and Mark and Junior, the family, and her other sister, they're all big people. They were doing that. She is still like me doing sound system. She's been doing sound system longer than me. I was just so surrounded by phenomenal people, women, and then for the younger, my sound system future women to see that.
What are your hopes then, for the future of women in sound system, having been on this journey since a 15-year-old girl to where you're at now, your 39th carnival? What are your hopes for the future, and how can we make it happen collectively?
So I worked out, I'm like, oh my goodness, so 2025 will be my 40th year at Notting Hill, or involved in Sound System at Notting Hill Carnival. What I have seen already, and I'm really happy about, are a number of the sound systems. They did start to listen, and there have been more women in different aspects, appearing and maybe being seen a bit more. But my hope is, and it sounds strange that it's not a thing, it goes back to full circle when I, as the female, the young girl, I didn't want people to say, oh, there's a girl, look at her, ha, whatever, or some type of novelty. I just want them to say, look, she's amazing. Look at her DJ skills, or how she's put that together, or she's thought about, or look at her like moving that. And that's my hope, that it's not going to be seen as your gender. I don't want that to be the thing. The spirit of sound system is unity, love, and just being peaceful with each other. And that means the elements that I can maybe bring as a woman, that's appreciated then. You know what I mean? It's not seen as, it's a compliment. And we are missing that by blocking us out, or by people just always pushing forward the men. Because as I said before, there's lots of women around, they're there. You just don't see them. As I said, I'm grateful to be speaking to you about this. So thank you, because we've just kind of sat on the sidelines or been behind the scenes or funding everything and pushing others forward. So I would like the future to be that it's just not going to be considered anything unusual or special that, oh, that's a woman in sound system. Why should it be? It's like, no, that's a sound system person right there.
can we end with a song from a reggae artist that is a woman, that maybe like maybe we can go all the way back to Jamaica, we can go to somebody in the UK, like, yeah, who do you want to play?
I'm not even hesitating on that one. The woman, as far as I'm concerned, is Ssoundsystem. And listen, she's still with us. Like, what's her icon? Sister Nancy Bam Bam, come on.
I think I'm a bam bam. It's because I'm Jamaican. With a different style, different fashion, you know? Tell me, say one thing, Nancy can't understand. One thing, Nancy can't understand. What make them a talk about me ambition? Say what make them a talk about me ambition? Come and say some of them a ask me where me get it from. Tell some of them a ask me where me get it from. I told them no, it's from creation. I told them no, it's from creation. Bam bam, ayo, what a bam bam, bam bam dilang, bam bam, bam bam dilang, bam bam, ay, what a bam bam, ta what a bam bam. This woman never trouble no one. I'm a lady, I'm not a man. MC is my ambition. I come free nice up Jamaican, so bam bam, ta what a bam bam, bam bam dilang, bam bam, bam bam dilang, bam bam, ayo. How me say what a bam bam? Tell me say what a bam bam, ayo. Tell 'em, me born and me grow in a Princeton 6. I Nancy write the Christmas lyrics. When you hear them, you sound like Christy Biscuit. You come in at the place and me say well slick. Yeah, bam bam, ayo. Ta what a bam bam, bam bam dilang, bam bam, bam bam dilang, bam bam, ayo. Ta what a bam bam, ayo. Say what a bam bam. Cause some of them a say you a come and shut them plan. I told them no, me a one business woman. Sister Nancy she a 1 in a 3 million. Sister Nancy she a 1 in a 3 million. So bam bam, say what a bam bam, bam bam dilang, bam bam, bam bam dilang, bam bam, ay. Say go, Sister Nancy, make you go. I tell you say fi go, Sister Nancy, make you go. I know it from me head straight down to my toe. I teach her down, Sister Nancy on the go. And some of them a ask her, Sister Nancy, make you bad so. Long down the list, Sister Nancy, make you bad so. Hey bam bam.
Still such a massive song. One of the most sampled reggae songs, I'm going to say. I'm just going to put it out there. I haven't got the exact facts, don't quote me on that, but highly sampled. And every time I heard it, just imagine like I'm busting one corner, Notting Hill Carnival, I hear it, bust another corner, hear it. And every time it just felt like it was like the beginning again. It was just, yeah, like gun fingers in the air, having it. I ate so much. Like I told Tom Rain, who works on the show, he was his first ever Notting Hill Carnival. And I was like, right, you have to make sure you have a jerk chicken. You have to have a patty. You have to have some curry goat as well. And that is all in one day. Like, you know, spread it all out. You just heard from Linett Kamala. What a formidable woman sharing her experience as a sound system person. Up next, you're going to meet Lioness Power, Sisters in Dub, and Black Obsidian. This is a Women in Soundsystem special right here on Six Music.
Blessings Jams, it's Monique and Rebel, and we are Lioness Power.
Anywhere I go, Rastafari
We're a duo hailing out of Leeds on a mission to spread love and a message of equality through the music that we play, from dub to roots to steppers. We share positive and uplifting vibes from artists, producers and sound systems from around the world. We've been collecting music together since we met about 12 years ago, but we've always been into sound system culture and attended dances from when we could get in them. I've got my dad and my Uncle Sammy to thank for that influence, so big up to them.
We basically started on an internet radio station during lockdown, and from that we got requests to play at a few local events, and then the bookings naturally kept flowing from there. Lioness Power is a phrase we've used since meeting because we're both Leos, and when we first started, we needed something to call ourselves, so it just seemed fitting. We learnt the technicalities of Ssoundsystem, like stringing up a sound and working the controls from our good brethren Zebby Principal of 4th generation Ssoundsystem. Big up yourself, Zebby. Both being extroverted introverts, we initially struggled with self-confidence, but with the love, support and encouragement we've received over the last 3 years has really helped us to grow and become who we are today. We've got to the place now where the bookings are becoming more regular, we're performing at festivals all over the UK, and we're building a beautiful friendship network of women in Ssoundsystem. We feel so blessed for all the opportunities we've already had and are looking forward to seeing what the universe holds for us.
Basically, since Caribbeans arrived in Leeds, it's always had a strong sound system culture. Back in the 80s, Leeds had sound systems like Maverick, Magnum 45, Sparta and Jungle Warrior. And then in 1990, one of the most known sound systems probably to come out of Leeds, Iration Steppers, was formed. To this day, Jungle Warrior and Iration Steppers are still going strong alongside other Leeds sound systems, which include 4th Generation, Zulu Swarm, Tiger Dubs, Rebel Spirit, Cornerstone, Reaction and Linett Sound, just to name a few. There are so many up-and-coming sounds in Leeds, which is beautiful to see. But I do think it's so important for the elders in the black community to pass on their love of sound system down to their youngers and share their musical knowledge with them so that we don't lose it as part of our cultural history.
We've had so many highlights, to be honest, and love the way our sound has organically grown over the years, connecting with like-minded people, playing at events and festivals all around the UK. I think if we could pick a few, we're playing at Subdub's 25th celebration, we invited to play a set on the Toiletry stage at Beat Herder this year, and bringing 4th generation Ssoundsystem to Leicester for a carnival after party last year. It was jokes to see the reactions on people's faces when they realised it was 2 gyal coming out of that massive van to provide, string up and take down the sound system.
Dub has a way of bringing people together from all walks of life. We like to call it the unifying power of dub. It's the heavy bass line, Nyabingi drums and lyrics about equality and inclusivity that seem to create a vibe that's both communal and immersive. So when you go to a dance, you'll see a mix of all kinds of people, all ages, just vibing together. It's so beautiful to see. And the deep vibrations of the dub can feel almost spiritual, creating a real sense of community and belonging. It's as if everyone taps into a collective consciousness, all on the same wavelength.
Yeah, like even when travelling abroad, it's important for black people to find welcoming spots. So one of the first things that we do is check out the dub and reggae bars. It's like finding your tribe, especially when you're away from home. Dub is like a musical magnet, drawing us to places where we know we'll be welcomed and embraced. It's all about finding that community no matter where you are in the world. If you haven't been to a dance yet, you definitely should. As long as you're respectful, you'll always be welcome.
You you can find us on Instagram at Lioness Power _UK or on Facebook by searching Lioness Power.
We also have mixes available on both Mixcloud and Soundcloud. Just search for Lioness Power and we dare. Bless up Jamz for having us, guidance and love every time.
There is a land far, far away where there's no night, there's only day. Look into the book of life and you will see that there's a land far, far away. That there's a land far, far away.
Hey Jamz, it's Sherelle here from Sisters in Dub, hailing all the way from Coventry. Thanks for having us on the show. So Sisters in Dub is made up of myself, Sherelle, Daniela D and DJ Cat the Catalyst. And we are three women that love reggae music. We play all kinds of reggae music. We play dub, we play roots, we play steppers. We even throw in a little bit of dance on lovers rock from time to time. But whatever we play, it's always positive and it's always uplifting. We take our role of sharing reggae music very seriously because reggae music is a powerful force that positively influences people in ways that few other genres can do.
I'm a man of prayer. None of my doings shall never go wrong. I'm a man of prayer. None of my doings shall never go wrong. Jah hear I when I cry. Jah hear I when I cry. 'Cause I'm a great meditator. Yes, I'm a great meditator. Wicked around like a roaming lion, trying to destroy thy sons and daughters. Wicked around like a roaming lion, trying to destroy thy sons and daughters.
We hope that you enjoy the selections that we're sharing with you today. Reggae music has a unique way of uplifting your spirit, so we hope that our tunes have done that for you today. Blessings. So we're from Coventry. Many of you may know Coventry as the city of two-tone, and Coventry also has a very rich reggae and sound system culture history. So that's kind of inspired us to, I guess, reignite the spirit of dub and roots in our city and beyond, and just make sure that we pass the positive, powerful vibrations on to the next generation. So since starting Sisters in Dub, we've had some great opportunities. We've been really blessed. And one of those was supporting Sister Nancy. And this was an absolute honour. You know, she's been in the game a long time, and it's really important for us to support other women as well. And that's something that we continue to do and continue to advocate for, because sound system culture is still a very male-dominated space. So it's important for us to make sure that we're visible, to make sure that we're inspiring, and to make sure that other women can feel that this is something that they can do also. You know, beyond the music, we're really committed to making sure that we are representing for women and making sure that we are part of breaking down barriers in the sound system industry, because it's a very male-dominated space, and we want to make sure that women feel represented and that women feel heard. And sound system culture, dub and reggae is such a positive music. It's about love, it's about community, and it's important that all voices are heard and celebrated. We hope that you enjoyed the selections today, and if you're interested in hearing more about Sisters in Dub, then please follow us on Instagram and all other social platforms. We're at Sisters in Dub. Follow our journey, connect with us, join the community, and join us in sharing the powerful, positive messages of dub, reggae, and roots. We've had so many highlights since we've been on our dub journey, but one standout one would have to be when we worked with Black Obsidian Soundsystem, hailing from London, to build our very first sound system. That was just a very special moment. And when we first built it, the first song that we played on it was Sata Masagana, and it just brought tears to our eyes.
Hey Jamz, this is Linett Kamala from Black Obsidian Soundsystem here. For those who don't know who Black Obsidian Soundsystem are, we are a collective of artists, makers, DJs, musicians, ceramicists, filmmakers, all types of art forms, to be honest, who have come together under the banner that not only is sound and the vibrations of sound, not only are they important, but actually they are imperative to our well-being. And that is important for us as Black queer people because the safety and the comfort and the grounding that can come from sound and vibrations and music isn't always something that we're given access to or given permission to hold, whether that's because of some of the homophobic nature of some of our histories within and outside of music. For myself, for example, growing up in the church, which is often homophobic, and a lot of us can attest to the magic that is praise, that is worship, and what that can do for a person, even if you're not somebody of that religion. And so, as Black queer people, we don't always get to access the spiritual blessing that is sound and audio. And so, that's why it's important that we exist.
Me born to be free. Me say me born to be free. Me say free like a bird in the tree. Free like a bird in the tree. Although some foolish people really want to change me. Although some foolish people really want to change me. Me say you can't take away me identity.
Getting the system built was sick in and of itself, going from idea to fruition, from Evan starting off applying for funding for it to it existing and sound coming out of it is just a magical thing. I think having the Turner Prize on our CV is pretty cool. It's definitely stressful, but also we learned so much and it required so much of everyone in the collective that for me personally, I got to just see like the breadth of people's artistry during that process. And I thought that was really dope. And it was also really cool to connect with lots of other collectives, seeing as Turner was doing an alternative way of hosting the prize that year. We also recently won the Paul Hamlin Award, which has given us funding for 3 years. And I think any artist who lives in the country, or just any artist, can attest to what it means to have financial grounding for a 3-year span. For us, politically and socially, we try to be present by having like very discounted rates for grassroots organizations, local organizations, if they want to use the system, so that they're able to access just like quality sound and equipment for events, protests, all this kind of thing. We also DJ for various events, various charity events, things like this. And if we can get our name involved or say something or put out a statement or interact directly with people who we believe have power to change things, then we definitely put ourselves on the line in that regard as well. But to be honest, we're always trying to think about how else can we show up. It isn't always easy to know how to do that when you work in entertainment. Sometimes you feel a little bit like, is this making a difference? But I think there's just something about the spiritual nature of sound and the vibrations that mean when you come into a space with a certain intention and goal, then yeah, you can really make a big difference. So if people want to find us, we're all over the interweb as Black Obsidian Soundsystem. Also individually, if you want to find us, Instagram, you can email us. Most social media platforms, we have a page. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Black Obsidian Soundsystem. You also heard from Lioness Power and Sisters in Dub up and down the country. Sisterin's doing great things. I want to shout out Estelle Birch, who created a radio show called Women of British Reggae Sisters in Soundsystem. Very much the sort of, I say, like foundation and inspiration for this show. So big up yourself, Estelle Birch. Honorary salutations to Rankin Anne. We desperately tried to get her on the show, and hopefully sometime in the future we will be able to. I was asking you to big up the women in your area that are bringing the sound system culture. So Joe has been in touch and sent in a big, massive message. So my name's Joe from the wee backwaters of Lancashire, and I want to shout out appreciation to the sound system ladies of the Northwest. Sister Emma and Empressa Sound out of Manchester, running her own rig and bringing the tunes. Miss Chalk, aka Lamia, for extensive knowledge of reggae, rocksteady and Irie vibes. Alexa's Losty Wilkes, giving voice to dubs out of Johnny Rocker's sound system in Lancaster, and Bush Rocker High Five in Lancaster and Colne. Kez Dubs DJ and Lady C vocalist, both in Colne. They played at Beat Herder Festival this year. And finally, Her Highness Natty Carr of Underground Roots, also in Colne, Lancashire, not only spinning vinyl but also bringing sound system culture to communities and creating Colne's own very little Reggae Sun Splash Festival and making it the area's most loved weekend of the year. I love these ladies for their dedication, talent and humble attitude. They are the loveliest humans ever and consistently hold their own in what can be a male-dominated environment, bringing crystal clear sounds and Irie vibes wherever they go. They keep the music real. That's from Joe in Lancashire. Thank you, Joe. And to roll out, we have got none other than Dubplate Pal in the weekend warm-up mix.
Jaworks. Jah works. Jah works, Jah works, Jah works, Jah works. I'm a queen of prayer. None of my doings shall never go wrong. I'm an empress of prayer. None of my doings shall never go wrong. Jah hear I when I cry. Jah hear I when I cry. 'Cause I'm a great meditator. Yes, I'm a great meditator. Wicked I roar like a roaming lion, trying to destroy thy sons and daughters. Wicked I roar like a roaming lion, trying to destroy thy sons and daughters. Although I trod through the valley of Babylon, although I trod through the valley of those wicked men, I will fear no evil. Though you are with me from the beginning till this day